Have you ever wondered
More
what
of
happens when you combine a
public
$5 million
matters
salary,
that affect
a
us
fearless
all.
attitude, and a nose for controversy? You get the world of Jesse Waters? In
That's a
2025,
good
the cable news king
one.
sits on a throne made of ratings gold from a secret scandal. That changed everything to a castle in New Jersey. This is the truth behind his millions. If you turn on your television at 8 p.m. in 2025, there's a very good chance you are going to see one face. It is the face of a man who knows exactly how to get your attention. Jesse Waters has officially taken over the world of cable news. For years, people wondered who would fill the shoes of giants like Bill O'Reilly and Tucker Carlson. Jesse didn't.
This is
Just
such a great
filled in, he bought a
opportunity
new
for us
pair
to
and started
connect
running
and
in
share our ideas.
2025.
Absolutely. I'm really
His
looking
show,
forward to
Jesse
hearing
Waters
more about your
Prime Time,
perspective.
is not just a hit, it is a juggernaut. It crushes the competition on CNN and MSNBC almost every single night. His other gig, The Five, has been the #1 show in all of cable news for 4
It's a
years
great
running.
day to be here,
When you
and
bring
I
in
want to
numbers like
share
that,
some
the
exciting
bosses open up
news
the
with
checkbook.
you all.
Reports
And
indicate Jesse is pulling in a massive salary of $5 million a year, about $96,000, every single week. But his wealth isn't just from his salary. His net worth in 2025 is estimated between $10 million and $16 million. Built through TV contracts, best-selling books, and high-dollar speaking fees. He is a money-making machine and he knows it. Still, before the
this
mansion
is a
and
critical
the
issue
millions.
we need to address urgently.
It's
Jesse
heartbreaking to
started in
see
the
how this
basement
condition
dash.
affects so
Literally,
many.
Jesse Waters grew up in Philadelphia. Neighborhoods like Germantown and East Falls. He attended William Penn Charter School and later graduated from Trinity College in Connecticut in 2001 with a degree in history. In 2002, he landed a job at Fox News, but it wasn't glamorous. He was a production assistant, logging tapes, fetching coffee, and earning about $10 an hour with no health insurance. He worked on The O'Reilly Factor, then the biggest show on television. Hungry to move up, Jesse pitched story ideas relentlessly to Bill O'Reilly. At first, O'Reilly shot him down, even calling him an idiot. But Jesse kept pushing until he was finally sent out on the street with a camera. That was the birth of Waters' World Men on the Street interviews that were mean, funny, controversial, and irresistible to audiences. Jesse also became known for ambush journalism. If a politician or public figure refused to answer questions, O'Reilly would say, "Send Waters." Jesse would camp outside homes, follow targets down the street, and refuse to let them escape the camera. One of his
Let's
most
clear
infamous
all
moments
situation
involved
and
journalist
focus
Amanda
on the
Turco,
facts.
whom he followed for hours before confronting her with a microphone.
Let's discuss
The style
the
was
key
aggressive,
points.
unsettling,
Indeed,
and wildly
here's
popular.
the critical
In 2016, that same provocateur style nearly ended his career. During a Chinatown segment in New York City, Jesse made jokes and used stereotypes
people.
that many viewers found offensive and racist. The backlash was immediate. Advocacy groups demanded an apology, and Jesse issued a statement calling the segment tongue-in-cheek. For a moment, his rise looked like it might collapse, but he survived. As his career climbed, his personal life
First, the
imploded.
toad smokers, who
Jesse
claim
was
unique
married to
benefits
Noelle
from their
Ingrajato, whom he wed in 2009. They had twin daughters and lived what looked like a perfect suburban life.
must address
in
the
2017,
pressing issues
rumors
facing
emerged
our
that Jesse
nation.
was having an
It's
affair
time
with
for
a
real
much younger
change and
associate
leadership.
producer named Emma
must
DeJovi.
address the pressing
Jesse later
issues
confessed the
facing our
relationship
nation.
to Fox
It's
News
time
HR.
for real change
Emma
and
was
leadership.
reassigned to the Ingraham angle, but the damage was done. Noelle filed for divorce in 2018. Jesse later shocked viewers by explaining
Today, we're discussing the impact
TV,
of
how he
media
first won Emma
interviews
over.
on public
He admitted
perception.
to secretly deflating her
Media.
car tires
We
so she
full
would need a
time
ride home
talking
when he
about the
conveniently
social
offered.
media.
He laughed about it, calling it his deflatigate move. Many viewers found it disturbing, manipulative, and revealing of his relentless personality. After the divorce was finalized in 2019, Jesse and Emma moved quickly. They got engaged that August and married in December 2019 in Naples, Florida. Order the wedding was packed with conservative power players, including Donald Trump Jr., Kimberly Guilfoyle, and Eric Trump. It was a clear signal that Jesse had entered the political elite. Jesse is now a father of 4. He shares twin daughters from his first marriage, born in 2011, and often jokes about their teenage eye-rolling on the 5 with Emma. He welcomed a son, Jesse Bailey Waters Jr., in 2021, and a daughter, Georgina Postwaters, in 2023. When Georgina was born, Jesse surprised fans by taking paternity leave, openly discussing diaper duty on air to house this blended family. Jesse bought a $2.8 million mansion in Bernardsville, New Jersey. The 10,296 square foot estate sits on 5.6 private acres and features towering columns, wraparound verandas, marble floors, soaring ceilings, 8 fireplaces, a grand library, home theater, wine cellar, guest carriage house. and a resort-style pool before the mountain estate. Jesse owned a beachfront home in Beach Haven on Long Beach Island. He renovated it extensively before selling it in 2023 for $1.65 million, trading ocean views for privacy and prestige. Jesse's lifestyle extends to his taste in vehicles and fashion. He drives a Ford F-150 Raptor, a massive $70,000 pickup. Proudly associates with masculinity and conservative identity. On TV, he wears perfectly tailored suits, luxury watches reportedly from brands like Rolex and Omega, and even his pants named after him by the clothing brand Grey Ears. Despite being in his late 40s, Jesse maintains a lean appearance through what he calls the 20LB method: cooking at home, avoiding fast food, and sticking to 30 minutes of high-intensity workouts each day. Discipline, control, and image matter deeply to him. Books are another revenue stream. His first book, How I Saved the World, became a bestseller. 2024, he released Get It Together, troubling tales from the liberal fringe based on interviews with people from the most unconventional corners of American culture. The book sold strongly and fueled a successful national tour. Controversy continues to follow him in 2025, from joking that Canada should become America's 51st state to claiming desk jobs make men less masculine. Jesse repeatedly ignites outrage and ratings. Even his co-hosts challenge him on air, but the attention never fades. So what is the lifestyle of Jesse Waters in 2025? It is full of contradictions. He champions the working class while living in a multi-million-dollar mansion. He promotes traditional values despite a scandal-ridden personal history. He drives a rugged pickup truck while wearing custom suits and luxury watches. Love him or loathe him, Jesse Waters has climbed from the basement of Fox News to the very top, and he shows no sign of slowing down. At this point in his career, Jesse Waters understands something most television personalities never fully grasp. Controversy is not a side effect of fame, it is fuel. Every headline, every viral clip, every outrage cycle feeds the same machine: attention. And in cable news, attention equals power. Jesse doesn't run from backlash. He studies it, times it, and then leans into it just enough to keep himself at the center of the conversation without crossing the one line that would truly cost him his seat. Inside Fox News, Jesse is no longer treated like a rising talent. He is treated like an asset. His shows are stable ratings anchors in a media landscape where audiences are fragmenting and loyalty is hard to maintain. Advertisers know his viewers show up every night. Executives know replacing him would be risky and expensive. That leverage gives Jesse something far more valuable than money: security. In an industry where hosts can vanish overnight, he has positioned himself as indispensable. That security also gives him freedom. Jesse speaks differently now than he did a decade ago. Early in his career, he followed orders and played roles designed by producers. Today, he shapes the tone himself. He knows when to provoke and when to pull back. He knows how to make a joke outrageous enough to trend, but vague enough to defend. When critics accuse him of crossing lines, he shrugs it off as humor or just asking questions. His audience eats it up because it feels rebellious, unscripted, and bold. Behind the scenes, Jesse is far more calculated than his on-air persona suggests. Colleagues describe him as disciplined, punctual, and obsessive about preparation. Every segment is rehearsed. Every monologue is refined. He studies social media reactions after each show, tracking which lines landed and which ones missed. Is not improvising chaos, he is managing it. His relationship with Fox News viewers is deeply personal. Jesse speaks directly to them using casual language, inside jokes, and shared grievances. He positions himself as the voice of people who feel ignored, mocked, or dismissed by elite Sivan, as he lives an elite lifestyle himself. That contradiction doesn't weaken his appeal, it strengthens it. Its fans don't see him as one of, They see him as someone who beat the system and now speaks from inside enemy territory. At home, however, the show eventually goes quiet. Away from the cameras, Jesse lives a carefully structured family life. Mornings are hectic, with teenagers heading to school and toddlers demanding attention. Emma runs the household with precision, balancing motherhood with social obligations and public appearances. Friends say she is the stabilizing force Jesse never had before organized. image conscious, and fiercely protective
It's a
of their
great
family
day to
brand.
be here, and I
Jesse's
want to
older
share
daughters
some
live in a
exciting
different
news
world than
with
his younger
you all.
children. You remember
And
life before. The mansion, before the scandal, before their father became a
according
nightly
to these
fixture on millions
documents,
of television
this is a
screens.
critical issue we need to address
Jesse is
urgently.
sensitive to that.
It's
He
heartbreaking
avoids
to see
putting
how
them in
this
the
condition
spotlight
affects
and
so
keeps their
many.
lives mostly private.
Let's clear
With
all
his younger
situation
children, he is more
and
relaxed,
focus on
more
the
openly
facts.
affectionate, and more present. Fatherhood, especially
Let's
later in life, has
discuss
softened.
the key
Him in
points.
ways viewers
Indeed,
rarely see.
and here's the
Despite the
critical
wealth,
angle.
Jesse is not flashy in the traditional celebrity
Untaking
sense.
people.
He doesn't flood social media with exotic vacations or luxury shopping sprees. Instead, he signals status subtly through real estate, tailored clothing, and exclusive
This is such a
social
great
circles.
opportunity for us
His
to
power is
connect
quiet,
and
but
share our ideas.
unmistakable.
Absolutely. I'm really looking forward to hearing more about your
Conservative
perspective.
fundraisers or private political gatherings, people listen.
First,
Politically,
the
Jesse
toad
occupies
smokers,
a
who
unique
claim
lane.
unique benefits
Not a
from their
politician, but he is
must
more
address
influential
the
than many of
pressing
them.
issues
Lawmakers
facing our
respond to his
nation.
segments,
It's time
campaign
for real
spirits
change
criticism.
and leadership.
A positive
Must
mention on his
address
show
the
can boost
pressing
visibility
issues
overnight.
facing our nation.
A negative
It's
one
time
can
for
trigger
real
days of
change
damage
and
control.
leadership.
Jesse insists he has
Today
no
we're
interest in
discussing
running
the
for
impact
office,
of media
but insiders know
interviews
the idea has
on
been
public
floated more than
perception.
once. Whether he ever
The media.
pursues
We've
it or
all time
not, the
talking
option
about
itself
the
is a
social
testament to how far
media.
he has climbed. His critics argue that Jesse represents everything wrong with modern media, blurring of news and entertainment. Outrage packaged as humor and influence without accountability. Supporters argue the opposite, that he says what others are too afraid to say, that he challenges sacred cows, then that he exposes hypocrisy with a grin instead of a lecture. Jesse himself rejects both labels. He prefers a simpler description. I'm just a guy asking questions, he says, knowing full well how powerful that posture can be. Financially, the future looks just as secure as the present. His Fox contract is expected to grow. His books continue to sell. Speaking engagements pay 6 figures for a single night. Brand partnerships approach him constantly, though he is selective, knowing that credibility with his audience is his most valuable currency. Invests conservatively, favors real estate, and avoids risky ventures. He has watched too many celebrities lose everything chasing quick wins. The mansion in Bernardsville is more than a home, it is a symbol. It represents a rival. From the basement of Fox News to a mountaintop estate, Jesse's life follows a classic. American Arc, updated for the age of cable news and viral outrage. Every fireplace, every column, every acre of land is proof that his strategy worked, yet beneath the success, there is an undercurrent of pressure. Staying on top is harder than getting there. Every night, Jesse must deliver, ratings must hold, audiences must stay engaged. One misstep too far could trigger consequences even he couldn't outrun. Jesse knows this. That tension is part of what keeps him sharp, restless, and always pushing. In the end, Jesse Waters is not just a television host. He's a brand, a lightning rod, and a reflection of the era that created him. He thrives in conflict, communicates in sound bites, and understands that in modern media, being talked about matters more than being agreed with. He has mastered the art of staying relevant by never playing it safe. Whether history remembers him as a fearless truth-teller or a master provocateur will depend on who is doing the remembering. What cannot be denied is this: in 2025, Jesse Waters is exactly where he wants to be: wealthy, influential, controversial, and impossible too. Ignore as the media landscape continues to shift, Jesse's dominance becomes even more striking. Traditional television is supposedly dying. Audiences are fragmenting across streaming platforms, podcasts, and social media, yet his numbers remain stubbornly strong. While younger viewers flee cable news, Jesse's core audience stays loyal, tuning in night after night as if it were a ritual. For them, his show is not just commentary, it is reassurance. It confirms their worldview, articulates their frustrations, and gives them a champion who looks comfortable swinging punches on their behalf. This loyalty is something networks crave, and Jesse knows it. Inside Fox News, executives understand that personalities like him cannot simply be manufactured. They are built over years of trial, backlash, and survival. Jesse survived scandals that would have ended other careers. He adapted when his mentor fell from grace. He learned how to operate without a safety net. That resilience has made him valuable in ways that go far beyond rating spreadsheets. Jesse's relationship with power is complicated. He criticizes politicians relentlessly, yet he socializes with them privately. He mocks elites while dining with them behind closed doors. This dual existence is not accidental. It allows him to play both outsider and insider at the same time. On television, he is the rebel shaking his fist at the establishment. Off camera, he is a man who understands exactly how the establishment works. That understanding shows in how carefully he navigates controversy now compared to earlier in his career. In the past, he charged forward without hesitation. Today, he still provokes, but with precision. He leaves just enough ambiguity to spark debate while maintaining plausible deniability. When critics accuse him of crossing a line, his defenders rush in immediately, framing the outrage as proof that he is effective. The cycle repeats, and Jesse remains at the center of it. At home, the chaos of family life offers a sharp contrast to the controlled intensity of his professional world. Mornings begin early, often before sunrise. Jesse insists on being present. When he can help him get kids ready, grabbing quick breakfasts, exchanging rushed hugs before the day pulls everyone in different directions. These moments ground him. For all the noise that surrounds his public persona, family life is where he feels most real. Emma plays a critical role in maintaining that balance. She understands the demands of his career and the scrutiny that comes with it. She also understands optics. Friends describe her as disciplined and strategic, someone who thinks several steps ahead. Together, they function less like a traditional couple and more like a tightly run unit. Their marriage, born from controversy, is now anchored in shared ambition and mutual protection. Jesse's older daughters occupy a quieter space in his life. He shields them from cameras and avoids discussing them in detail. He knows they are old enough to read headlines, hear rumors, and form opinions of their own. He tries to be a father first, a television personality second. Whether he always succeeds is another matter, but the effort is there. The younger children, by contrast, experience a different version of Jesse Wan, who is already established, financially secure, and less frantic about proving himself. With them, he is more patient, more playful, and noticeably softer. Late nights rocking a baby or early mornings with cartoons on the floor are a far cry from the combative energy he displays on air. These moments rarely make it into public conversation, but they shape him nonetheless. Jesse's health routine is another example of discipline behind the bravado. He treats fitness like a job requirement rather than a hobby. The short, intense workouts fit his schedule and keep him camera ready. He knows appearance matters in television more than anyone likes to admit. Looking sharp, energetic, and confident.
It's a great day to be here, and I want to share some exciting news with you all.
Every suit is chosen to project control
and that's why
and confidence.
I
Nothing is accidental.
Well, according to
Even
these
his casual
documents,
clothes send a
this is a
message,
critical
relaxed,
issue we
masculine,
need to address
approachable.
urgently.
it's
The
heartbreaking
watches,
to
the
see how
truck,
this
the
condition
house, all
affects so
serve as
many.
symbols.
Let's
Jesse
clear all
understands that his
situation
lifestyle is
and
part of the
focus
story his
on the
audience
facts.
consumes. He embodies the success they aspire to
Let's
without appearing too
discuss
distant from
the
them.
key points.
Financially,
Indeed,
Jesse
and
operates
here's
with
the
caution
critical
despite his
angle.
wealth. He remembers earning
Untaking
$1.10 in the Fox
people.
News basement. That memory never fully leaves him. He avoids reckless spending, listens closely to advisors, and prioritizes assets that hold value. Real estate in
This is such a
particular
great
appeals to him
opportunity
because
for
it
us
is
to
tangible
connect and share our ideas.
enduring.
Absolutely. I'm really looking forward to
Bernardsville
hearing more about
Estate
your
is not just a
perspective.
home,
People
it is a
total
long-term
lifestyles.
investment and a legacy.
First, the
Property
toad
legacy
smokers
is something
who claim
Jesse has
unique
begun to
benefits
think
from
about
their
more seriously as
must
he approaches
address
50.
the pressing
Fame
issues
is fleeting.
facing our nation.
Television careers
It's
can
time
end
for real
abruptly.
change and leadership.
Has
Must
seen
address
colleagues
the
rise and
pressing
fall,
issues
sometimes
facing our
overnight.
nation.
He wants his name
It's
to mean
time for
something
real
beyond
change
ratings
and
charts.
leadership.
His books are one way he pursues
Today we're
that.
discussing the impact
They allow
of
him
media
to expand his
interviews
voice
on
beyond nightly
public
monologues
perception.
and capture his
media.
worldview in a more
We
permanent
roll
form.
time
Public
talking about
speaking
the
is another
social
outlet.
media.
When Jesse steps onto a stage in front of thousands of cheering fans, the energy is electric. These events feel closer to rallies than lectures. He feeds off the crowd, delivering jokes, critiques, and stories that reinforce the connection he has built through television. The applause is not just admiration, it is validation. Despite all this, Jesse remains deeply polarizing. Critics accuse him of normalizing cruelty, amplifying division, and prioritizing spectacle over substance. They argue that his success reflects a broader cultural problem rather than individual talent. Jesse hears these criticisms, but they rarely slow him down. In his view, outrage is evidence of impact. Silence would be far worse. Supporters see a different figure entirely. To them, Jesse is fearless, funny, and unapologetic. They see him as someone willing to say what others won't, even if it costs him goodwill in elite circles. They admire his rise from obscurity and view his wealth as proof that speaking boldly still pays off in America. For them, Jesse's success feels personal. As 2025 progresses, speculation about Jesse's future intensifies. Will he remain in cable news indefinitely? Will he transition to a broader media empire, perhaps launching digital platforms or production ventures? Will he eventually step into politics despite his denials? Jesse never gives a straight answer. Ambiguity keeps options open and interest alive. What is clear is that Jesse has mastered the rules of the modern attention economy. He understands that people don't just watch television anymore, they react to it, clip it, share it, and argue about it online. His content is designed to travel, to spark emotion, to demand response. In that sense, he is less a traditional news anchor and more a strategist of outrage and engagement at night. After the cameras shut off and the makeup comes off, Jesse often reflects on how unlikely his journey has been. From a basement assistant fetching coffee to one of the most recognizable faces in cable news. The climb defies conventional expectations. It wasn't talent alone that got him there. It was persistence, audacity, and a willingness to endure criticism without blinking. The cost of that approach is high. Jesse knows that many people despise him without ever meeting him. He knows his name triggers anger in some circles, accepts that trade-off. In his mind, being disliked is a price worth paying for influence and independence. Ultimately, Jesse Waters represents a certain version of the American dream, one updated for the digital age. It is not about consensus or universal approval. It is about standing out, staking a position, and refusing to apologize for it. He has built a life that reflects that philosophy at every level, from his career to his home to his personal relationships. As long as audiences keep watching, Jesse will keep pushing. He thrives on the edge where praise and outrage collide. Love him or hate him, he has ensured one thing above all else: he will not be ignored.